Hello. Hi everybody. Welcome to today's stream. I don't really know what I want to practice, but we'll figure that out today. I know it's generally anatomy and style, so I guess I'll just doodle and figure out what I'm doing exactly. Lamau. Hang on, let me... Alright. Pen and tablet looking good. Whose art style do I want to reference today? Is there anyone in particular whose style I want to practice? Let me think. Maybe something from Nikke. Yeah, I'll go take a look at Nikke, I guess. Nikke. Wait. Are there any artists in particular whose art styles I like in the game? Nikke art. Oh, this show. Oops, I just opened something. Do I want to practice the Nikke art style? Or how about, my fan art of Estelle was kind of going crazy. Maybe I'll do some Estelle practices. Image of this. Large enough. This is art from the latest game, the remake. Actually, how... I presume the head goes around like this ear. Something like this, maybe. Seems about right. And here's the hairline, kind of. Or rather, the brow area. Past a bit of that. much percentage of the face does that take up? I'm not really sure. But not the newer games is something of Poker Trails games. Maybe I should just be looking at different art pieces in general. What is showing? Maybe I'll pull up something from my reference archive. Whatever. Hang on, my keyboard's glitching out. Is it back? Oh, okay, it's back now. Hi Naranja, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in. I didn't really know what subject I wanted to practice today, so I have decided to put Estelle as my subject for today. Feeling better. I'm feeling a lot better. I still cough every now and then, but like I'm okay. I think I'm just excuse me, expelling whatever's left of whatever like fluid or phlegm in my throat, honestly. coughs can last surprisingly long. Yeah, I am realizing this, and it's not very fun. But I will manage. Like, I seem to be able to use majority of most of my vocal function. Could always be better, but yeah. I'm just hoping that with some more time it'll go back to fully normal, you know? Oh, yeah. Hi, Welben. Sorry for the late reply. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Hi, Snow Crab. And Fire, hello. Thank you for joining the stream. Sorry, I was kind of just thinking and focused. Late and tired here, so won't be super talkative. Hope you're doing better with the sickness. Thank you. I am ceasing getting down with the sickness. I think, I don't know how many more days it's gonna take for the cough to fully disappear, but yeah, I'm feeling much, much better now. Thank you for checking in. Cats of Spades, welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. I think what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of just trying to figure out what art style do I like and like what style I like drawing in. I used to do a lot of like studies like this, or like little experiments and like sketchbooks and stuff. It's a bit embarrassing, like drawing it in front of other people right now, but yeah, you can see like the different variations and things. I think yeah, this was my earlier first attempt. It's alright, but I do think I like how this looks. For the side profile, I tried taking a bit more realism reference for the side profile. This one's based more like a cat, which does make it look a lot cuter. I would probably also lower the eye there. Very moe. This one feels more stylistic, I guess. Side profiles are always hard to draw. But yeah, face shape, huh? I think this face shape is one I drew here. Oops. I haven't saved my canvas yet. Okay, let me just save this. Style experiment. Save. This looks a lot like... Where is it? Where's my Anju drawing? Might be in my older folder. Reminds me a lot of this. Kinda. For that... Anime girls have a cat profile more than actual human. Yeah, that is quite true, I would say. I think if you look at a lot of anime screenshots, they do tend to look a lot more like this. More than like this. I think for... Hang on, let's pull up the human face. Is it a lot more equal? I guess so. It tends to be a lot more like... Is it? Let's compare it to the cat. Where's the cat? Well, I think like the bend and angle of the head shape of a person is a lot less severe than that of a cat. The cat is literally like an arrow, which, you know, very aerodynamic for hunting. Very cool. Angled faces are always the hardest, and I love to draw poses that have angled faces. I mean, it's because they're very interesting to look at, you know, but I understand the feeling. I feel like... What happens if I make the head more... Oh god, that feels kind of weird to look at. Money. Mama. Maybe I should look for more art that has faces like these, because I don't know. I find this very pleasing. I'm not sure if it's quite Estelle though. If it were Estelle... Hang on, let me copy paste this. I think she'd be have her a bit more tsurime, tarime, like that. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit more Estelle like. The free run head meme. Oh, that's just really hard to draw in general. Excuse me. I don't know. Usually my practices are just short sessions like this where I doodle and experiment and see if I like something. Maybe I'll just do a few silly doodles of Estelle and then call it a day. Okay, that looks kind of horrifying. I don't think I'm gonna continue that. Yeah. I remember I used to draw in a very semi-realistic style at some point, but I think my work shines more when it's not semi-realistic. So yeah, I think, I don't know. Maybe I'll at least finish up this one, then call it a day. Yeah. Guys, I don't know what's happening. It's either my mouse or my keyboard that's freaking out, and I'm not sure what's going on. Keep getting these little notification sounds from Windows, like something's disconnecting. The preference that I try to achieve that are the ones you're drawing now in style have even smaller eyes and longer face, a bit more leaning towards realistic. Oh, Honestly, I know I was muttering about Nikke earlier, but they have a pretty good balance of stylistic and realism in their character designs. So maybe if you might find some references there too. Besides from that, there's also artists like Wallop. Well, that's very close to realism at that point, Wallop. And then, what are some other mangaka? The guy who did, I don't know, Death Note. Death Note is really good. Very good balance between realism and stylistic choices. I think, like, for me, I still haven't decided what art style I want to go with. Like, I haven't chosen a path. Like, I know it's stylistic, but I have so many references to pull from that, I don't know, I just haven't made a choice yet. I do hope to make a choice someday and finally settle in an art style, but right now, I don't know, I think I'm a bit too flexible to the point where I think my only recognizable trait is my rendering, maybe. Yeah. My PC occasionally does that too, and I don't know why, since it seems nothing really seems to not work when the noise goes off. For me, it feels like it pauses for a moment, and then it comes back. It's weird. I hope it's not some sort of I don't know, Windows issues specifically. Like, you know, whenever they add new stuff. Who knows? Maybe they added something again and it's making everything bug out. Oops. There it goes again. I'm pretty sure this thing is fully charged. What's going on? It is the keyboard. Hang on, I'm gonna plug it in. Maybe that might help. Might help. We'll see. Plugged into my computer now. Battery might be low and degrading. Sadly, that's just a circle of electronics of nowadays. Thing is, I just very recently got this keyboard though, so it would suck if, yeah, it already was dying. It's only like, it's less than a year old though. Well, who knows? I wouldn't be surprised, but I would be sad if it was going kaput. I don't really use wireless, so I can't really say for certain about their lifespan. I just plug pretty much everything in. I also was the kind to just leave everything plugged in for the longest time. I got introduced to using wireless, and it is convenient, but I'm also the kind of person who tends to forget to charge things too. Though this keyboard specifically does have a light to indicate when it needs charging, and it doesn't seem to need charging yet, so I don't know. Maybe maybe it's just acting up. Keeping an electronic device plugged in for extended periods of time run the risk of getting damaged by electrical surges. That is true. So I don't think I've kept this keyboard plugged for that long, though. Have I? I think one time I might have forgotten and left it in, but that was like maybe once or twice max. Raise her eyes a little bit. Yeah, I think this is fine. E. That's it. Any PC owner, remember to always use UPS. Oh, speaking of UPS, actually, I set a goal on my Ko-fi, the thing on the lower left-hand side of the screen, to whatchamacallit, to help fund my purchase of a UPS in the future. Because actually, recently, my other AVR has been acting up. So I had to swap to this current one that I'm using, but I think I need to invest in a UPS soon, just because of everything going on. So if you guys would like to help me reach that goal of being able to buy one, I did a little research and I would like to get a pure sine or at least simulated sine wave UPS. I would appreciate if you could, help me fund it. Yeah, of course, not necessary. Or if you'd like to get a commission, there's that too. But yeah. Okay, there we go. I like how the hair is shaded, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate that. Somehow I associate this hairstyle with Daiwa Scarlet. There is this subgenre of brown-haired, big twin-tailed girl that I personally am very fond of. It's probably also why I kind of like Estelle. Estelle, how do I put this? Is a more wholesome subgenre of the big twin-tailed girl that I'm thinking of. Because a lot of other ones, give me a moment, let me look for it. For example, there is. Hang on, give me a moment. Where is she? Come on, we can load higher resolution than that. Tool size large. Why isn't it loading? Oh, here, I'll just take a screenshot from over here. Hello? Keyboard? Keyboard? There we go. And then what's the name of the other visual novel? Hang on. Is this the right one I'm thinking of? No, not quite. Hang on. Are? How come I can only dig up one example? I feel like I've seen so many characters like these, but basically, there's like this girl. Also, she's from a visual novel called Hello Goodbye. And there's a handful of other ones. Of course, Daiwa Scarlet is one of them. But, like, I feel like Estelle falls under that umbrella. Estelle is peak, though, yeah. I don't add any more shading to this. Maybe a bit. Big twin tails, the symbol of tsundere girls. The example that I pulled up, she's not tsundere though. At least to my knowledge, she's not tsundere. Here we go. That's cool. She's the most atypical JRPG MC female, not a sword, a woman who is not a support, and she's the actual MC and not the supporting MC to the guy. Yeah, I do like that actually. You know, although I never played the original Trails in the Sky, it's such a unique game. The original, it came out on PC. I don't know, the UI and gameplay feels different from other JRPGs of its time. Yeah, the story and the MC is also very unique. I don't know, it feels like such a charming gem of its time, even though I've heard that it is kind of clunky by today's standards. If ever I do end up finishing first chapter remake before second chapter comes out, I might play the OG second one. We'll see. It really depends. I don't know. I'm just enjoying my time, really. So yeah. Let me just add like maybe screen will be good. Yeah. Anything else I want to add to this? Story is good. Yeah, I have been very consistently engaged with the story, which is why I haven't dropped it yet. It's kind of rare that a game grips my attention that much, honestly. I think I'll minimize that a bit. And just turn this up a bit more. There we go. Okay, I think, yeah, I'm satisfied with today's practice. I didn't realize I was drawing in the opposite direction. Excuse me. Oh well. That's fine. I mean, Estelle's design's pretty mirrored anyway, Lamau. So, alright. That's a lappy. I think I'm satisfied with today's style practice. Not so much anatomy practice. So I might shift the title a little bit. But yeah. Alright. Is there anything else I want to say? try and get some work done tomorrow on the unarchived thing. By next week, I'm probably gonna contact my other client about their commission. But for that, I might have to make an account elsewhere if I want to stream work of that. So we'll see. And then aside from that, anything else? Guys, got any questions? In the meantime, any questions, clarifications, etc.? Yes, no, maybe. This week, by the way, my scheduling was a test to see how I felt about streaming art more frequently. I think I might keep it on the down note, depends really. Or maybe like practice streams practice art like these, maybe I might just keep it to myself. It depends really. Because I feel a lot more confident when I have a subject that I know I'm going to draw. Whereas explorations like this are just kind of like, So yeah, getting a feel for everything pretty much. Anything else I want to say? Not really. What's happy? I think I'll just end stream here. I can't really rate anyone, so I hope you all have a good day. Thanks for joining me, and if you drew something, let me know what you drew while I was practicing and while you were practicing. Maybe show it to me on Twitter. That would be very cool. Okay, I will say go with your mood. Okay, yeah, sounds good. Okay, have a good day, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.